Hello everyone. Welcome to my second stream of the day. The first one obviously was more intended as a little test. Wanna go into it for real now? Hello Paper Ghost, hello Joe. Nice that you're immediately tuning in. Yeah. Today I wanna play some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time, or like rather the first game is one of my favorite game of all time. Let's do the audio like this. Joe, if you can tell me if the audio is good, that would be amazing. But yeah, first day, first playthrough of the first game. I'm not sure if many people know about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Originally it came out on the DS, or I think it was on the Game Boy first, and then it got re-released on the DS. And the trilogy came out on Steam almost 2 years ago, which is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the first game, Ace Attorney Justice for All being the second, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations as the third game. Obviously we're going to start out with the first game. Like I said, one of my favorites of all time. Originally came out in 2001. Yeah, let's actually head right into it. With episode 1, the first turnabout. Oh, Cancer hosting my dude. I didn't believe that people would host me, so I didn't set up a sound thing with like host or anything, so I still have the center one. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Hello Cancer, hope you're doing good, hope you had a good stream. Yeah, I was just about to start with the first episode, the first turnabout. So yeah, let's just deep right into it. Yes, play the first turnabout. As people can see, this is a graphic novel or a visual novel, so a lot of reading needs to be made. Yeah, she's done. She's done for sure. The Mao, I need to lie down. 3 hours of my music my head is killing me. Oh, I can understand why, man. Like, that sounds like a lot of time sitting in front of the PC. I will make it look like he did it. August 3rd. 9 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hi, Chief. Whew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. So it is actually a murder trial, interesting. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. So apparently Mia is our boss. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Loving this fandom. Hey man, it's it's late in the evening. Like, I can't stream as much as I want to, but trying my best. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? It's all over. I'm finished. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. So apparently, Larry is supposed to have killed his girlfriend, which, by seeing the intro of the first episode, I don't think so. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 21st years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. So yeah, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Obviously we're playing an attorney. And our first case is trying to defend our best friend, which obviously is pretty important to us, right? Like, and difficult thing to do. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. So, who is the defendant in this case? Now that I think about it, this game is a little bit more difficulty for me now that I played in English, because I'm used to playing this game in German, so I hope that I don't fuck up by not understanding what the game wants from me in a certain situation, but I think I'll get the hang of it. I just pressed record by accident, but not too much of a problem. Okay, so obviously our defendant in this case is Larry Butts, like we mentioned, it's our best friend. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you will do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name. Whew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait, No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Okay, let's check, actually. So we have Mia Fey, who's obviously the chief attorney, so she's our boss. We have Larry Butts, our defendant, like we mentioned earlier. And Cindy Stone is the victim of this case, which is supposedly Larry's girlfriend. Or used to be, at least. Wait, now... Wait, I need to actually check her name one more time. Stone, okay. Yeah, it's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... we can check again. Time of death. The 31/7, 4 PM to 5 PM. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Okay. So, she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You will get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim has recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what do you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from the overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it, lies! I don't believe it, a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Mrs. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Okay, now we actually have the first decision to make. We can wait and see what happens, or we can stop him from answering. Usually these decisions are more or less us being right about doing it, or us being wrong about it. It's not... We either succeed or we fail, basically. It's not... This game doesn't have multiple endings or anything. Obviously, we want to stop him from answering, because Larry seems like the type of guy that immediately would blow up. So let's do that. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop that. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial. Shall we continue? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not so looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. He went. What do I do? We could either have him answer honestly or we could stop him from answering. I think... Let's try to stop him actually. It seems like Larry is just making it worse and worse at this point. I will send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Well, this is definitely not a good look for Larry. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sarworth to the stand. Mr. Sarworth, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sarworth, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Our first witness testimony, so this is more or less where gameplay starts. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 PM. The man who ran away was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like this. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Thorne used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. So, the electricity to Mrs. Stone building was out from noon to 6 PM on the day of the crime. Interesting. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? What? You exposed the lies and the testimonies the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness' face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, our first cross-examination. I was going door to door to selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing. So, basically what's happening here, we now have the testimony from the guy that I read out just 2 minutes ago. And we need to find a contradiction within his statement, because obviously he must be lying, because Larry's innocent. So let's go through these. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 PM. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Okay, let's look in our evidence. Okay, let's see. I thought they called myself up. Going door to door. Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment, then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. Called and found myself unable to, I thought to call the police immediately, but the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Went to a nearby park, I remember the time exactly. It was 1 PM. Okay, how did he remember the time being 1 PM if the person died between 2 PM and 5 between 4 PM and 5 PM? This makes no sense. So we're going to present this evidence right now. Objection! Objection! You found the body at 1 PM. You sure? Yes. Yeah, it was 1 PM for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 PM. There was nobody to find at 1 PM. That's what Phoenix Wright, or the game itself, tries to do a lot. Silly puns. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sarwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You guys don't know how hard it is to switch between the voices and realize who's who, you know? Okay, the time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. We do actually got this one because this one is quite easy. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. How does the voice come from a television if there's no electricity in the fucking building? So you know what we're going to do? We're going to press that E, that present button, and immediately go into objection mode. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You could have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sarwick? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sarwick, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sarwick. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Let's see actually here. Statue. A statue in the shape of the Tinker. It's rather heavy. Well, to me that doesn't look like a clock, so how about we going to present that as an... Man, I love the objection sound in this game, dude. There's a reason why it's an instant classic, and like so many people use it for other content as well. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh, yeah. You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sarwick. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it has the timer out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimonies now? I do have one. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I will do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sarwick, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness' face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean I saw it, nah. Jesus, dude, calm down, man. Shut up. I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense claim. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawyer was definitely this clock, a fact which is clear if you simply... How about we try sounding the clock? I think that's the best thing to go by here. Let's sound the clock. Now, here in this court, Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he's the thinker after all. So, we've now heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sawyer heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawyer, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawyer. I come all the way down here to testify, and look at what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawyer. Mia? I mean, Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste your time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you will have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I do actually have a reason for that, yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you saw the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found the evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. It's actually a passport. The victim has just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawyer, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ha! I told you guys the puns. Oh god. I think the man is not well. Somebody order fucking ambulance. Well, This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete the defense so quickly and find the two culprits at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. We did it, guys! Yeah, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Soward was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Soward let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Soward grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew! I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battle in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen a chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can particularly see the headlines now. Harry Bus, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't it the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I will keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you wanna just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I think I need to show him the passport. Here you go, Larry. Proof. It's okay, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll forget about her soon. Look, I'm gonna head home. Thanks a ton, eh? Oh, I fucked up, actually. Doesn't matter. Nobody saw that. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if your clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent buds. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying a part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You will have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. So yeah, we actually did it, guys. This was our first trial. This was our first trial. I will stop for here now, just because this was the first episode. Wait, no, this is still part of the first episode. Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia? What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and that is all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded September 5th. Okay. So, we're going to stop here. Like I said, this is the first trial over. This is the first episode. I think I will do these streams episode-wise. So I will stop when an episode is done, and I will start with a new episode. I will stream the next episode on Tuesday next week. The reason why I'm not going to continue for tonight is because I have an exam coming up tomorrow and I need to get that early sleep in. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Kanzer for the host. I do appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Much love. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Bye bye.